Sometimes life can throw you into a whirlwind, take you down past the pain and sorrow you would least expect, causing you to grow accustomed to sorrowful days. You've lost. You failed. What you thought would happen didn't. Who you thought would be there is nowhere to be found. You've run out of options to solve your problem, or problems for that matter. You've lost sleep. You don't eat much nowadays because of the pain and stress you find yourself in. Because of this tornado that was your heart, your mind, and your life spinning uncontrollably. But in the midst of all this, in the midst of your darkest day, there was still hope. There was still a chance to turn it all around and change everything for the better. Hope, my friends, isn't a thing. It is a person, and that person's name is Jesus. You see, when you've gotten to the end of yourself is the greatest place you could be, because now he can step in and show off his love, his power, and his plan for you he has had all along. Now you will see the unseen become seen for the first time. What seemed impossible becomes possible. What was at a loss actually becomes your gain. What was your greatest setback becomes your greatest testimony of what God can do in a willing heart. But none of this is possible if you don't keep walking. Now, I'm not saying to walk the well-worn path that everyone knows far too well. I'm talking about the path that will stretch you, making you second-guess yourself, making you have to hold on to something greater than your own will and determination. It's the path that only Jesus can lead you down, to and through. But it isn't the path of the seen. It is the path of the unseen. It is the path of faith, for we are called to walk by faith and not by sight. Yet there is a dynamic here that must be revealed. As much as we must walk by faith, we must remain rooted in faith. So in a way, we must walk while remaining stationary. You see, you walk with your feet, but remain stationary in your heart, where roots going deep into him. For as Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing. He's the true vine. We are just branches attached to his vine of life, grace, and forgiveness. So in order to remain on this path of faith, we need roots that go deep into him. So when the storms of life come, and they will, we will be unmoved or unshaken, because our foundation isn't in us. Our foundation is in him. You see, in the walking and the rooting, all of it points back to him. We have no greater source of victory, no greater source of power, no greater source of love that you can call upon at a moment's notice, and he will respond. The question isn't what you see. The question is, what do you believe? Because the cliche saying, seeing is believing, has it backwards in relation to God's kingdom. Instead, the saying should be, believing is seeing. Because what you believe something to be is what you will see. So the key is believing the right thing, because that is what determines your spiritual perspective on a situation or circumstance. So it's not about changing your circumstances. It's about changing your perspective of them. This is not your physical perspective, but your spiritual perspective. Because physical perspective deals with what can be only seen as it is. But spiritual perspective deals with what things can be beyond what is physically seen. So if you want to see the mountains in your life move, if you want to see you walk on the water of your life's challenges, if you want to see miraculous moves of God burst forth in your midst, walk by faith and not by sight. But in closing, I want to encourage you, no matter what challenges you face in life, don't push through it. Instead, in faith, remain rooted.